Chapter 25. Telling your child about sex. A healthy interest in sex is perfectly normal for any child. In fact, if he has no interest, it may indicate some real problem. Is he trying to hide his normal curiosity? Has someone already provided him with certain information, and told him things that are not true? What about your own attitude? Are you to blame? Have you been perfectly frank with him, or have you tended to put off all discussion until a later time? When your child asks where he came from, it is time for you to tell him the truth. If you lie to him now, you may lose his confidence forever. How much you tell will depend upon his age. At 4 or 5 years he will not need to know all the details, nor will he even be interested. Just a few simple sentences will satisfy his curiosity. Later he will want to know more details. If he asks where did I come from, you could quite casually reply, you grew inside your mother. How did I do that, he will probably ask. You can just explain that a little seed or sperm from the father starts the baby growing inside the mother. Let him see the pictures of a growing baby, as illustrated on pages 160 to 165. Explain how the eyes, hands, and feet all grow at the same time, and how the various organs continue to develop until the baby is old enough to be born. Do not try to hide the difference between the sexes. It is far better for your child to recognize these differences early in life, than for him to remain in ignorance. If another baby is on the way, it will be easier to explain a little more about how the baby grows. With a young child it will not be necessary to enter into a discussion about sex relations, for he is not old enough to understand. The facts of life can often be made plain very naturally if there are pets in the home. The child should not be given the impression that the doctor has to cut a big hole in the mother to let the baby out, for this would only make him afraid of doctors and hospitals. Explain to him that. Giving the right impression 195. His mother already has a place, the birth canal through which the baby comes. It is present in all baby girls. This will take away the mystery and help the child to know what is going on. Here again, the birth of a litter of kitten or puppies in the home could go far in simplifying what otherwise might be extremely perplexing. The earlier he understands these things, the less trouble he is likely to get into later in life. In talking about sex, try to be perfectly matter of fact, avoiding all embarrassment when discussing these topics. On the other hand, be careful not to give him the impression that you have loose ideas on the subject of sex. A parent who is too free in his attitudes may disturb the child so that he will lose all sense of right and decency. Try to avoid being rigid in your own attitudes. Fill his mind with noble and uplifting thoughts. Help him to appreciate the finer things of life. If you do this, he will grow to admire your frankness and decency.